Well, hello. I'm glad you could join me. Hello, friends. And this is another drawing with David Neal. I'll draw some sketches, some doodles. Today we're drawing some avatars. And I think I messed up on the broadcast. So instead of scheduling for 11 a.m., looks like I scheduled for 11 p.m. Let's go check the YouTubes and the Twitches to see if things are working like they should. I am live now, so there I am. Cool. Let's check Twitch. And I am live on Twitch. Cool. Well, I think I'll play some guitar while we wait for some folks to join. Glad you could join me. um, Welcome to my Twitch stream and YouTube stream. Today I'm going to be drawing some avatars, but I thought maybe I'd kick things off by playing some guitar. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comments so that I can see them. If you have any suggestions, got any requests? Maybe another time. If you like the guitar playing, I might just do some more later to fill in some time. All right, put this back on the wall. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe wherever you are. I hope this camera comes back into focus. Let's try this. Hello again. Please, if you're watching me on Twitch or YouTube, post a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you like the guitar playing. And today I am going to draw some avatars. This is what the fans want, right? This is what people have been asking for, and this is what I guess I'm most known for, is drawing avatars for people. And I want to show folks how I do it. It's I don't know. Maybe I'll be revealing some of my secrets, but I think it's time, and I would like to do more of this more often. So today I have given folks the opportunity. If you want a free avatar, then respond in some way, like send me a message, reply to my tweet on Twitter, or go to my Twitter DMs, send me an email, however you want to do it, but send me a photo of your silly face. I mean, that's my preference, is for to be something silly, and let's draw it. Let's see how it turns out. I've got one so far. David, if you're on, um, please let me know in the comments, David McCarter, because you submitted a photo, and so far you're the only one. I would have thought folks would have jumped all over the opportunity. Um, let's see. I'm going to put in the comments um, the tweet that started this so that you can reply to it, um, give you the opportunity to submit a photo. Just gotta copy that link. So there you are. If you go to that tweet, if you haven't seen it already, respond or reply to that with a photo, and I will draw it. So, since David is the only one that's responded so far, I'm going to draw it. That's what I said I would do. Let me let me switch over here. When I asked for a silly photo, um, David really came through. I mean, wow, this is fantastic. Let me put on my drawing glove here. I'm going to, so my normal routine is whatever photo I get, I'll save it. And then let's go in here to my photos. I'm going to edit this and crop it down in all its glory. Good grief. And now let's launch up Procreate here, and got some avatars. I'm going to create a new avatar drawing, and I'm going to create some layers. I think, you know. Oh, good. Glad to see you're here, David. Yep, you're going to watch this firsthand. I can't wait either. This is going to be glorious, I'm sure. All right. So if I may stick to a black and white, but if I don't get any other requests from folks, then I may do, finish it out as a color drawing. Send me a photo of yourself on Twitter for me to draw. So when you get a chance, if you want to participate, you want to watch me draw your avatar, then then send me a photo and you can watch me draw it. All right, so here we go. We got David's photo. I'm going to import that image into here, and again in all its glory. And I'm going to duplicate that photo and stick it in the corner as a reference. So here's my secret number one. Like all good artists at one time or another, at some point, is I trace. You know, it's okay. I could do what I do without tracing, but it would take a lot more effort and a lot more time. So I use the reference photo as a starting point for me to get the proportions and everything like they ought to be. So there's no shame in tracing. For those of you who are new to drawing, or think about getting into drawing, drawing on something like an iPad, like I have here, is an amazing tool because you can import photos and trace them, and that helps you to learn. Once you've got the skills developed, then you can do less tracing, or you can trace all the time. There's no shame in that. So I'm gonna create. I got this layer above the photo here. I'm gonna pick my favorite inker and get to work. So I usually like to start, if the person's wearing glasses, I'll usually start by creating a layer for the glasses and draw those first. So I'm going to just quickly come up with something that looks kind of like the glasses. Doesn't have to be real accurate. At least, none of my stuff is all that accurate. It's kind of cartoonish, right? That's my goal, is not to get super realism or, oh, well, here we go. David says, I don't wear glasses anymore. So let's not do the glasses. Never mind. Rosanna, Dana, never mind. All right, so the next step is to draw the eyes. So kind of looking down. So we got trying to just kind of guess as to where the eyes are. The glasses are a little bit in the way, but what I like to do is to sometimes I'll draw perfectly round eyes. So I'll use the shape tool that's built into Procreate, where if you draw a circle and then put a finger down, it creates a perfect circle. So I'll do that for one eye, like so. Maybe nudge it. That's not good. Let me try that again. I'll draw a circle, hold down a finger, get the eye where I want it, like right there, and then I'll duplicate that and move that over. And then I'll pinch to merge those two layers together, and then erase the stuff that I don't need. Like that. Then I'll merge that back with the rest of the eyes, And then I draw typically what look like triangles if you get up close. They're a little bit like triangles for the pupils. I've found just by trial and error that that seems to work better for my style. Now the eyebrows. Let's see. David's a rocking guy, so let's give him some kind of lightning bolt looking eyebrows. All right. Nose. And so David's got a beard that's kind of borderline. It's long enough that probably should draw it. Sometimes if someone's got some facial hair that's real close, like real short, then I may not draw it at all and then add it just as color later. David asks, "Have you tried Sketchpad on Windows 10? Wonder how that compares." Um, I have, like a couple of years ago, I had a Surface Pro for maybe 3 or 4 months, and I think the app that I ended up using the on Sketches or the Surface Pro was called Sketchable, and it's a pretty good app. Um, None of the apps that I tried on Surface Pro were as good as what was available on iOS at the time. Now, I think there's been a couple of apps added um, to Windows since then that if I were to draw on Windows again, I would choose one of these or I would try them. One is Concepts, called the Concepts app, um, which if it's anything like what's on the iPad, it's really good. It's got an infinite canvas where you can, great for doing sketch notes for a talk or something like that. And then there's uh, Adobe has come out with a new app called Fresco. And if it's like what's on the iPad, that's the one I would use. I have not used Sketchpad on Windows 10, so I don't have an opinion on that. All right. So back to the facial hair. I am going to I'm going to draw it. So we'll do start with that, and maybe we'll might come back to the facial hair later. Two finger is undo. Three finger is redo. Man, I don't know about this tongue, but let's try it. I'm just going to color this in as black. Let's see how this is looking so far. Man, it's hideous. Let's continue. So start with the hairline and got some nice waves going on here. may be it for the tracing portion. Okay, so the question is, you prefer photos sent to your DM or in a tweet? Either one will work fine. If you want to send me a direct message over Twitter, if that's what you like, or if you want to reply to that tweet that started that I sent out earlier, that's fine too. Or if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you can send me an email, david@reverentgeek.com, if you'd rather do it that way. All right, back to our scheduled program. So let's see what I do think I'll go ahead and color this in. So the way that I usually do this, I'll start with a skin tone that I have in my color palette. David says, I like it. Well, maybe it's a good start so far, right? Let's see see if we can improve on this. So I'll start with the skin tone, and I don't have to be. I can be as sloppy as I want to be, as long as I'm getting the whole face area. I can, because what I'm planning to do is I'm going to draw other colors on top of this layer um, to fill in the other things. So let's see. I'm gonna, for the hair, the facial hair, David's hair, his eyebrows. I'm gonna just choose a little bit of a dark brown base brown color. And David, you'll have to let me know what color your eyes are. I'm guessing they may be blue, but um, but I'm often wrong when I try to guess people's eye color, because photos don't do a real good job unless they are really um, um, professional photos that are close up portraits. Whoops. Let's try closing that in. So what you see me doing is I'm dragging this color button up here. Um, this is where you pick your color. Well, if you drag and drop from the top, it fills in whatever object you drop that on. So another quick tip about Procreate. So I drew outside the lines here. I'm going to clean that up. And I'm going to do the same color for the hair. Again, I can be sloppy because I'm using layers, and I'm keeping that fine art air layer on top. So I don't have to be 100% accurate. I can get kind of sloppy. And fill that in. Maybe I'll go back to the skin tone layer and just finish around the mouth there. All right, so back to primary color layers. David says his eyes are blue, so I'm going to color in this portion of his eyes. The whites of the eyes, and then pick a maybe a light shade of blue like this to start with. and then pick a darker shade of blue and make a circle in there like that. Then I'll go to a layer above the line art. Let's delete the glass. Whoops. Delete, not duplicate. So I'll go to a layer above the line art, and I'll choose white, and I'll add a reflection on the eyes. And that it's amazing what difference just that one little detail makes to drawing eyes. You know, even though it's cartoonish, you know, just drawing that little white reflection on the eyeball makes a big difference. All right, back to the color layer. Let's choose a red here for the tongue, and let's kind of lighten it up to a bit of a pink. Fill that in. And you know what? I don't like that line on the tongue, so I'm gonna erase that. I'll add some shadow and stuff later. All right, so now we've got all our base colors in here, and it is time for some magic to happen. So I'm going to create a new layer above the colors and change the type of layer to multiply. And then I've got kind of a little bit dark skin tone that I like to use on the multiply layer, and this is for the for doing things like adding some the adding some detail about the face. So add some shadows under here along the eye. Side of the nose here. Maybe add. Don't want to make David look too angry, but you know, want it to be silly, not angry. So maybe I need to change the eyebrows. But you know, I guess David, you're watching this. You can be the final. Help me with the final decision on that if you want the expression to remain kind of rock and roll like this, or if you want to soften it up a bit and make you look a little happier or sillier about it. So this is about what I usually do for the coloring. I might add a little bit more there on the eye. I think that's good. And then I'll add another multiply layer for shadows. So I'll create a shadow under the nose. I'll add a little bit more depth to the face. and maybe under the eyebrows there. And a little depth to the hairline. And then rock and roll, and then I'll add some shadow to the tongue. Like so. Next, I will add another multiply layer, and this is all about hair. So I'll use a darker gray, and I'll add some detail for the eyebrows. And then I'll start on the facial hair. And I'll usually use the quick shape to make the lines more crisp or, angled. This is just my style that I've kind of come up with over the last couple of years. For doing facial hair and hair. Clean up a little bit here. So sometimes, if the hair is really dark, I will go ahead and, make this like shadow, like a darker portion of the hair. And then I'll add a bonus multiply layer above that, just to add even more darkness. And then maybe I will add some detail like this. And then finally, I will add a layer, and this will be soft light instead of multiply, And the soft light I'll use to create highlights on the skin and the hair. So like the nose, maybe part of the tongue here. Add a little highlight on the cheeks. And then maybe some highlighting in the hair as if, you know, light is coming in from this direction and is highlighting the hair some. I don't know. I mean, that to you know, to have done it as quickly as I did, maybe that turned out okay. David, we can talk about tweaks later on maybe, and then finally. Add my signature. Looks like I got a little too far out of the lines on here. I'll clean that up. And done. So, I hope you like it, David. It's, you know, if I spent more time, I could probably do a better job, more more accurate or something. But for the stream, here you go. Here's your free avatar. So I will send that to you. And so what I'll do is I'll share that as a PNG, and I will post this to you after the stream is over. All right, cool. Glad you like it. Next up, let's see, I think someone sent me a photo. Demetriusful. You guys have some pretty clever names. Oh goodness, nice. All right, so I'm going to create a new avatar image, and let's switch over to Twitter, and lovely. Let's just take a, if I can get my fingers on here, right? I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and edit it, crop it down where I want it, save the photos, come back to Procreate, and this one is lovely. I'm going to, I'll probably just do a black and white of this one. Let's see. No, not delete. Duplicate. When I want to duplicate, I hit delete. When I want to delete, I hit duplicate. I'll stick that in the corner. Now let's take the opacity down on the reference photo, make it easier to trace over, change my brush. All right, let's get down to business here. Yep, yeah, I wanted silly. That's for sure. And Sean, yes, if you want to get talk later on today, yeah, just reach out to me. All right. Again, so this is going to be more like a quick sketch, like some of my drawings that this one typically would sell for $20 or what I would charge for it. So I'm just going to, just as the name implies, it's just going to be a very quick kind of impression of this photo. So I'll start with the glasses, and I'm going to exaggerate the eyebrows a little bit, like and the eyes. And then I'll just erase a little bit on there to be like the reflection. So got that part right there. And nose. See how that's looking. Oh yes, that's looking good. Um, Create this hood and undo, undo. Just darken in some of this stuff. Maybe I'll just go ahead and fill in this whole area. Problem with that is you can't, would lose the glasses. But it still works maybe. Oh, what do you think? Seems seems pretty good. I'm going to sign it. Consider it done. Share that. Whoops. Where did I share that to? All right. Anyone else? Still got 15 minutes left. I could do a quick sketch. If somebody has a drawing, send me a tweet, a DM, email. No. You you don't want me to do that. Yep. Thanks, Sean. Yep. Had fun. Every one of the avatars I've drawn have been nice, or have been a pleasure to draw. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. Oh, so you had a little bit of mustache in the photo. Well, let's take care of that. You are correct. I was negligent to when I changed the opacity. I failed to recognize that detail. So let me switch to back to my other brush here. I'm gonna change the brush size. Maybe go to a different layer just to I don't know, maybe a little bit is that too much? Or does that look good to you? Cool. Glad you like it. All right. I'm going to export this one again. And if there are no other takers, then I'm going to call it a day. Give you all that's on the stream a few more minutes if you want to ask any questions. Got any other comments or anything you would like to chat about in the next few minutes? I am glad to do so. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can focus. How's the weather? Weather's I haven't been outside, so I don't know. But I imagine it's hot and humid because that's usually the way it is right now. Nearly an inferno. Cool, David. Yeah, go check out those apps that I was talking about, Concepts and Adobe Fresco. I know Adobe Fresco, The downside is that it is a subscription, so that's the bummer there. Uh, but it is a pretty amazing drawing app that is available for both Windows and iOS. Sketchable, I think you have to pay for too. I think it's maybe $20, but it's a one-time thing. And then I don't know about Concepts. Seems like Concepts does have a subscription service, but it's it's for. I think the app itself is free and fully featured. Well, always nice in San Diego. I bet it is. Well, cool. Uh, what do you usually strum when you're playing guitar? Is there any kind of music you'd like to try playing? Let me see. So years ago, when I was many moons ago, when I was a teenager, the only guitar lessons I ever took were some classical guitar, and I took some classical guitar for maybe 6 or 8 months. What that did is that it got me interested in fingerstyle guitar. So from that point forward, I started really loving artists that do fingerstyle acoustic uh, guitar. Folks like Chet Atkins, Tommy Emmanuel, Phil Kagi. Um, let's see who else. Um, Leo Kottke, um, and so I've got fingernails on my right hand. I've got a fragile index finger that was I injured a long time ago, and I almost lost my finger on a table saw. So this one gives me trouble. A lot of times I will go and get a nail put on just to make it stronger. Um, yeah, Phil Kagi is probably my all-time favorite. He's got some amazing chord voicings and unique things that he does with his picking style. And then Tommy Emmanuel, he is like the ultimate showman. I've been to see him live. I've been to see Phil Kagi live lots of times, and Tommy Emmanuel lots of times. Tommy is just, man, there is no one like him as far as his showmanship and charisma, and he's just fun to watch. But Sean asks, have I tried flamenco style guitar? No, I haven't. You know, I might strum a little vigorously at times, but not flamenco. Steve Stevens, another one of my favorite guitar players of all time, who oddly enough is the guitar player for Billy Idol. Well, he has some solo albums that he's recorded of different of electric guitar and acoustic guitar, and he did an album back in the '90s called Flamenco A Go Go, and that is one of my favorite albums ever. Just yeah, it's different. And I don't know if it's pure, from a if you're a flamenco guitarist and you know listen to this album, you'd probably say, oh, that's a purist would say that's not real flamenco, but I love the album. I think it's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, Struns and Farah. Um, I love listening to what is it, Rodriguez and Gabriella, the the uh, the pair of folks who done several albums together. I love their style, and again, it's some of it starts to sound the same. It's like that kind of music sounds fantastic, and I might can listen to an entire album of it, but I wouldn't like listen to them all day long. It starts to sound a little a little monotonous because it's so similar. But it's in small doses, it's a lot of fun to listen to. That's just my opinion. I think that's it for me, folks. Um, Thanks for joining another stream, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great day. As always, you don't need permission to be awesome. I hope this has been encouraging to you and a highlight for your day, and you go off and you do some amazing things. So until next time, stay well and be blessed. See you later on.